saying, hey, it's Chris Harris. Now, you've heard me talking on the podcast about LeVeon Bell as my #1 overall pick, heedless of league format. Let's talk a little bit about why. Now, I will grant you, there's 3 other guys who are pretty good. And if you had them at #1, I'm not going to argue too strongly. You've got Todd Gurley, sort of an unholy combination of size and long speed. You've got David Johnson, somehow an amazing power back, and yet an incredible route runner and possessor of some of the best hands in the NFL. And you've got Zeke Elliott, also a power back, and yet somehow one of the shiftier backs in the league as well. They're all really, really good, and I can't promise you who winds up #1 overall. But I'll tell you why I take LeVeon Bell, and it comes down to the fact that he's the jazz runner. He kind of doesn't know what he's going to do before he does it, let alone having a defense know what he's going to do. And for me, that makes him slightly less shut-downable than those other guys. Defenses can't quite focus on LeVeon Bell, or I guess they can't stop what they expect LeVeon Bell to do to the extent that they can do it with those other 3 guys. We're splitting hairs, but at least I can show you what I mean. So let's take a look at LeVeon Bell and his otherworldly patience. All right, let's start with Week 10 against the Colts last year. Now, the counter running play, one of the Steelers' favorite plays. Watch the left guard, Ramon Foster, is going to pull around the center at the snap. Watch LeVeon Bell wait for him. He just kind of jump stops and takes a look. And that's a very common theme for LeVeon Bell runs. Foster makes his block, and then Bell has the ability by hesitating. See number 44 there, Antonio Morrison. He can read him. He can pause in the hole, read him, and then accelerate through the mess and get 15 yards on a play. Probably stuffed. You know, probably not a lot of running backs get anything, but that LeVeon Bell patience. Quick break. Let me thank DraftKings for sponsoring today. So I have the Harris Football 2018 Player Profile Almanac. You can get it free by making a first-time deposit at DraftKings of $10. All you have to do is click the link below me in the show notes and go over to DraftKings and register and make that $10 deposit. It normally costs $17 for the Almanac. It's a pretty good deal. And within 24 hours, we will send you the Harris Football Player Profile Almanac. It's a PDF. It's over 200 pages of snark and stats and opinions about players that you should not be drafting without. I think you'll like it a lot. And thank you very much, DraftKings, for sponsoring. Let's get back to LeVeon Bell. Let's look at a goal line play from a couple weeks earlier against the Lions. So we're in shotgun here from the 5-yard line. It's an inside handoff, and what you're going to see is LeVeon Bell pitter-patting, waiting and waiting and waiting, sort of jump-stepping, keeping on the balls of his feet and staying active and waiting for number 81 there, Jesse James. He sees a hole that if James clears, he will be able to get into the end zone and burst through it. A less patient runner, a patient who doesn't give his own vision time to see the entire field. It's all about time and then being able to convert the lack of inertia, the lack of momentum into an incredible amount of straightforward thrust for a whatever, 215, 220-pound back. Jesse James clears, and he's able to burst right into the end zone. And now this here, this is the Platonic Ideal of a LeVeon Bell play. At the snap, I swear to goodness, from the end zone camera, it feels like it was blown dead. LeVeon Bell stops. He stops. Look at him. He's not moving. He actually reaches out and he touches Marquise Pouncey and says, oh yeah, okay, here I am. You could literally see his arm on his back. Literally. Number 53 there. And then is able to get a 9-yard gain out of it. But that level of patience is I mean, every announcer talks about it when they watch the Steelers play. It's become almost his move, his cliche, but LeVeon Bell is sort of indefensible when he gets in that mode of dancing and watching and seeing the defense sift around him. Let's talk about a couple of other qualities that he has. He's got really, really great suddenness. This play is from a couple of years ago against the Chiefs. And what I want you to notice here is, okay, some nice moves when we're getting through the trash, really good blocking. He's able to get to the second level. And there's a particular gentleman in a Chiefs uniform. His name's Eric Berry, kind of a good safety. And he breaks down like you're supposed to do against LeVeon Bell, and it doesn't go well. The ability to cut like that in the open field. So when we're talking about cutting ability, let's pay a little closer attention to what Bell does here. That is the prototypical stop leg, go leg. That's great technique as a cutter, but really what he has is incredible lower body power. The ability to stop all his momentum with one step on one leg and then go again, pushing off that same leg. A mere mortal like Eric Berry, who, let's face it, pretty darn good player, can't keep up, and Bell makes a cut that is to die for. Here's one against the Packers. This is a slightly different kind of cutting ability. Again, on the dead run, again, one-on-one. This is against Kevin King, and that's what we call the dead leg. He's going to show him that left leg and make him think, of course, he's cutting to the outside. He's running at full speed. He's a 220-pound athlete. That is ridiculous. Watch it again. He's going to show him the left leg. He's going to give him the head fake. And of course, Kevin King's going to buy it. And Bell just has that lower body power to turn it upfield and make a big gain. That's stupid. Okay, let's do one more, and this is a reception, but it's not necessarily a challenging reception or something where he makes a great catch. It's a dump off. He's definitely a safety valve here, so it's not so much that he catches it, although he can make really great downfield catches. He runs great routes out of the slot. This is just a little check down, and what I'm trying to show you, this is less about the receiving ability, again, less about long speed, because he doesn't have a lot of long speed. It's about the move that he puts on 57 there. Poor Vincent Ray. He's got him. Again, tried to pick plays where the defenders didn't make mistakes, and LeVeon Bell was just better. Because when you see him go around him like that, like Ray breaks down the way you're supposed to break down. He's even doing that thing where he pats his feet. He pitter-patties his feet. He's like, I'm ready to tackle you, dude. Not only does he not tackle him, he doesn't get a hand on him. LeVeon Bell is able to get around him without being touched. Pay attention also to 55 Perfect here, because Perfect knows that once the catch is made, okay, I got to go help swarm to the ball, and he takes a route to Bell that he thinks is the right route. His eyes are telling him, all right, Le'Veon Bell is right there, I got to go get him. And in fact, by the time he gets across the field, he's having to curl upfield and make a dive at Bell's ankles because Bell just accelerates out of his move, out of his cut, with which he's laid waste to Vincent Ray, and he's gone. And this turns into quite a long run, but I think it's a great example of great power. I mean, look at the stiff arm. He's just laying waste to suckers, but it's not speed, right? You're not looking at that and going, oh my goodness, that's Tariq Cohen, right? We're not talking about an incredible burner here. If there's one thing that Bell lacks in his game, it's a super top-end gear. But because he is so improvisational and because he makes moves like that, where it's not just a matter of the cut, but it's how fast you're coming out of the cut, it's basically ridiculous, and again, fairly indefensible. Now, I'm not trying to tell you that those other potential candidates to be #1 overall don't have a lot of this same ability, the acceleration, the one-cut ability, stop leg, go leg, and long speed in some cases. Heck, I would argue Todd Gurley has significantly better long speed than LeVeon Bell does. But what he does that the rest of them don't do is kind of the thing that I find indefensible. You're going to see 4 or 5 times in a game where Bell just stops and does a thing that most running backs, most mere mortals can't do. Maybe it's a lower body strength being better than everybody else. Maybe it's vision being better than everybody else. And we are talking about picking nits here a little bit because they're all great. But that slight indefensible quality that I showed you, for me, that's what makes LeVeon Bell the #1 pick overall, makes him the most consistent player, and I think you'll be happiest with him at #1. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you'll subscribe to this YouTube channel. That would be lovely. And of course, check out harrisfootball.com. You'll see all of my fantasy football ranks. And listen to the podcast, the Harris Football Podcast. You may have heard of it. It's the little podcast that could. It's okay. I think you'd like it. Download it at harrisfootball.com. Thanks for watching. For watching, please smash that like button, write a comment, tell us who else you'd like to see us review film on, And of course, best of all, please subscribe to our channel.
You better send